Yeah. Now that I got your attention, yeah. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Come on. Hey, baby Dub, Mary Mary. Hey, we back again. Yeah. Hey.
Hi, welcome to Let's Talk. It's me, Tammy. It is June 8th, Friday, and today is I'm Just Saying Day. For those of you who don't know, today is the day where I give my opinion about a topic that's been on my mind, and I just share my thoughts on it, and it's solely my thoughts. So here's my disclaimer. These are my thoughts and my thoughts only. You do not have to agree with them. You do not have to like them. They are just solely how I feel. If you like them, hey, yay. And if you don't like them, hey, speak your thumbs up. Because you have your own mind and you have your own thoughts and you can think whatever you want. Okay, my thought for today, my topic today is women. Are we desperate? Desperate women. And the reason I came to this topic is because I was looking at a television show. Yes, I was looking at TV, y'all. I was looking at Single Ladies. And I've looked at Single Ladies the first season, and now, it's on to the next season. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the end. And this is not the reason why, but I just wanted to know, is this an accurate depiction, if I'm using the right word, of women? Because it seems to me like, where a part of the show is about them, achieving success, and I mean, it's a small part. The huge overround part of the show is them having a mate, getting a man, finding love. And they have all these issues. Some of them have, some have been divorced, some, have money issues or trust issues, and, it's just a whole bunch of things going on. But the number one thing that all three of these friends have in common is they want a man. They want to find a man, someone who they think will complete them. And I was just wondering if, is this how all women think? Do we all have this mentality that if we don't have a man in our lives, that we're not complete? I mean, and I wondered, what are we doing to make ourselves complete on our own? Why, we're in that holding pattern waiting on a man. Or maybe, are you comfortable with being single? Some people are not. Some people do not even like the word single. And it's because of the depiction of single and what singleness means. I know a lot in families, family can make it a little hard being single. I can just, attest to that. I'm asked constantly when I go back home, how come you don't ever bring anybody home? When you gonna get married? When you gonna have kids? That's just that may not be in the plans for me. That may not be what God has for me at the moment. And until He, shows me that, then I need to work on me. I need to work on Tammy, get to know Tammy, know what Tammy wants and needs are. And you learn things different about yourself on a daily. You learn what you're going to put up with. You learn what you're not going to put up with. And why should I, for the sake of bringing someone home and avoiding the question, just settle for just anybody? And that's one of the things, I think, in our quest to find a man, in our quest to so desperately want a man, we start to settle. We don't think about what we're getting. We just settle for a nice smile and a sweet hello. And that opens up problems, especially when you're in a relationship that you know from the beginning you don't know this person, that well, and you didn't take the time to get to know that person. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months down the line, a year or two down the line, you're not getting along and things are not getting better. And when you are that far into a relationship, it's hard to get out of it. It's more complicated to get out of it. And I think in the beginning of relationships, we should know the signs. We should take heed to the signs. And we should, if it's not working, it's just not working. You can't change anybody and force them to be who you want them to be. I mean, Oh my God, I've touched on like three different topics in one question. But I look at this show and I see how the women they constantly on the prowl. They're constantly looking for someone who is supposedly going to make them whole, as if they're not whole already. Ladies, how come we can't be, content and satisfied and fulfilled with our careers, with our friends, with our families, with, our dreams and the goals that we're setting in our lives? How come that can't fulfill us, you know, until whoever it is you're supposed to be with comes along? I mean, these are the questions that, we need to start answering for ourselves. Are we desperate, so desperate to find a man that we're not even thinking about ourselves? We just want to find a man, just so we can say that we have somebody. And I wonder in this, is that the whole goal? Not even to find someone that you in love with you. I mean, it's like we selling for someone we in like with. Not even Mr. Right, Mr. Right now. Not Mr. He treats me like a lady. He treats me special. Mr. He just treats me okay. But guess what? I got somebody. How fulfilled are you once you find that man? I'm just asking because I am so curious to know. I'm not trying to judge anybody, ladies. I'm just trying to get us to think a little deeper. Think a little bit deeper about what we're willing to settle for. And, I'm 37 years old and I am single. I don't have a man. I have no prospect of one. And to me, it's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with, not having, a plus one. I don't know how many women can say that, especially women of my age, because I think when you get my age and you get into your late 30s and you start going into 40s, I think that's when we start, you start thinking about, oh my God, my biological clock is ticking. I don't want to grow old alone. Your days are not gone yet. At least, you hope and pray that they're not gone yet. And how come not live that being fulfilled with other things and just waiting and preparing yourself and getting yourself right so that when God sends that person to you, it's not like you don't know who you are to where you don't know what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, how can someone else step into your life and fill in the gap? Because someone, and that's the one thing that we say, um, that we said is no one should, in a book that I was reading a couple of months back, no one should fill in those gaps for you. You should have those gaps already filled in. And when someone steps into your life, it should be like a compliment or not like a supplement, like a vitamin. Well, no, not like a vitamin. Let me take that back. It should be a compliment. It should just be someone that compliments you. An addition to you. Not someone that, makes you into someone that you're not. Not that someone who makes you whole. This is just a compliment. Someone that compliments you. So I think if we start, being as desperate about the things in our lives as we are about getting a man, I think some of the outcomes in our life would be so much different. I think that we begin to think sometimes in our lives that having a piece of man is better than having no man at all, and that's in the song, y'all. I think I quoted that before. Can't remember, but that is in the song. And what we're willing to put up with, because, ladies, it's time to think of ourselves and think of ourselves as more important than, think of ourselves as important and putting ourselves first. And if we're, jumping and diving into relationships that don't work or just, on the prowl and anybody that winks at us or smiles at us, we think that they like us or they want to be with us and we're on pursuit and hot pursuit, then, What else are we concentrating on? We don't have room to concentrate on anyone else if we're constantly chasing. How can we allow a man to be a man and do his thing if we're chasing him and we're taking on the role of seeking out, our mate? Because the man is supposed to seek. We're supposed to, be found. I'm not saying, not to talk, not to, flirt a little bit, but, hold some back. Be preserved. Don't pounce on them because, that scares a man off. And, don't listen to when you have someone over in your ear saying, well, I have this need, this date and this date and this date. You don't know if that person's going on a date or not. They could just be telling you that and so concerned on why can this person get a date and I can't. You don't know if she actually got a date. And I'm pointing like y'all can see my hand way over here. But don't concern yourself with what other people have in their lives. Be content with what you have. And if you don't have a man, and knocking on 40, it's okay. Because that may not be God's plan for you. And if you're so desperate to find a man, and that may not be what God has laid out to you, I just don't understand how you're going to be able to withstand the rest of the years of your life like that. Because it says that God gives the gift of marriage, and He gives the gift of single. And what if your gift is single? Is there something so wrong, ladies, with us being single? I personally don't think so. I'm fine with it. I'm content with it. If I get married, hey, that's a bonus. If I don't, then I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. And I can honestly say that right now. Because I don't feel like I don't want to settle. I won't get in a relationship that I can't get out of. I don't want to be, stressed and tired about a relationship that's wearing me out, that's bringing me more pain and joy. So I just want to know, ladies, what do we want? What do we want out of life? Do we want happiness? Do we want joy? Do we want peace? Or do we want to constantly be on this prowl trying to get something that may not be for us? And as far as these television shows depicting us as desperate women constantly trying to find a man, constantly trying to get married, I don't think that's an accurate depiction of all women. There are some women out there that are content with being single. They're content with living their lives, and they fulfill their lives every day with doing things that make them happy. So I say that if you're single and you're upset because you don't have a man, I say start doing things that fulfill your life. Start doing things that make you happy. There's a lot of things that you can do without having a plus one. You don't necessarily have to have a plus one. You're fine. It's okay, ladies. Step back just a minute. Step back for just a minute and find out what you want other than what is fulfilling to you. Because you do not necessarily have to fill your life with and consume your life with on the prowl of trying to find men. No offense to you guys. I love men. Don't get me wrong. It's just, you have to be content in where your life is now. So just wanted to put that out there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this provoked some dialogue, provoked some thought. And again, this is just my opinion. And hey, see you on Monday with a weight loss update and on Tuesday with hair. Hopefully I'll have a hair tutorial. That's what's in my head. Then, other stuff. So I got some, like I said, great stuff coming. But peace. Enjoy your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Do something great. Do something for you. Challenge. Hey, this is what I do. I challenge you to go somewhere by yourself. Go to the movies, go out to eat, go to Starbucks, go anywhere. Go to Barnes and Noble, sit down, read a book. Go somewhere by yourself and have some me time. I challenge you to do that. Let me know how that works out for you. Talk to you later. Bye.